I want to thank each of you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to do this on YouTube as well. This is the 10,000th broadcast here on Open the Doors broadcast, New Hope Ministries. It's between here, Divorce Journey. Here I'm doing this on Unstoppable 60. I still remember the first broadcast I did on Unstoppable 60. And the reason why I started that broadcast on Blog Talk Radio, and sometimes on my milestone broadcasts I do it on it. Just 3 years ago in September, I received restoration. You know, I was at my life after moments. I was at pretty much the end of my ropes, and I thought God was finished. But God, as long as we got breath in us, we ought to serve the Lord. Tonight we ought to do what God has called us to do, and what God has intended for us to do. And I remember I was preaching a broadcast on forgiveness. And God spoke to me. It's the first time I counted the broadcasters. Several months, a couple weeks later. Back then I was only doing like one broadcast a day or once a week. I wasn't doing them every day. But God told me to count the broadcasts, and I did. And it was right at 60. So I done Unstoppable 60. And God's done so much since then. God has moved in miraculous ways in my life. And I just continue to pray that God continues to do so, and that His doors begin to open. As I was writing down what broadcast I've just done on the prayer where I was getting ready to do, because I noticed it on the Open the Doors, and I realized that was the 9,998th broadcast, and then I knew I was getting ready to do the prayer broadcast. So, and then of course I decided to go and do this one. But as I look back and think, I thank God for each and every time that He's been there. I thank God, even though there's times in my life that I just wanted to give up, I knew that God was still dealing with me, and God still moved, and we just could continue to move and continue to walk in the ways that God has us to walk. You too can have those same life after moments. No matter what you've gone through today, there is peace and there is joy in Him today. And through Him all things are possible. There is coming a day when no heartache shall come. No more clouds in the sky. No more tears to dim the eye. There'll be peace forevermore on that happy golden shore. What a day, glorious day that will be. What a day that will be, when my Jesus I shall see. When I look upon His face, the one who saved me by His grace. And when He takes me by the hand and leads me through the promised land. What a day, glorious day that will be. I also remember in one of the worst times of my life, one of the shortest songs I ever wrote was this next song, and it was written at a very tough time in my life. It was written at a time in my life when I wasn't obeying God. It was written at a time in my life, and God inspired me to write it when I was going through the storms of life, whenever I didn't think I would be ever preaching again, never stand behind a pulpit again, never do nothing again. And here I am 3 years later, or actually 5 years later. Here I am doing 10,000 broadcasts in 3 years. Stand still, watch me move. Oh, stand still and watch me move. When you're tossed to and fro, when you don't know which way to go, Jesus said, stand still and watch me move. Jesus said, stand still and watch me move. As those doors begin to open, as souls are handed to you, watch them and keep them, and tell them my anointed words, and just stand still and watch me move. Jesus said, stand still and watch me move. Jesus said, stand still and watch me move. Again, that was written at a very tough time in my life. Whenever the man who had faith could move mountains and faith could raise the dead didn't know if he had the faith to stand. And God spoke and just simply said, stand still and watch me move. And He can do the same for you today. This is a final opportunity for you to pray today, and I want to give each and every one of you time to pray. When this broadcast goes off the air, continue to pray. And I do want to thank each and one for tuning in, all the regular listeners, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on Blog Talk Radio, whether it be on the YouTube videos I've posted. I pray that each and every one of you is touched in some way, and that God will release His faith in you. Somebody touch me, glory, glory, glory. Somebody touch me while I was praying. Somebody touch me, must have been the hand of the Lord. Glory, glory, glory. Somebody touch me, glory, glory, glory. Somebody touch me while I was preaching. Somebody touched me, must have been the hand of the Lord. Glory, glory, glory. Somebody touched me. Glory, glory, glory. Somebody touched me while I was singing. Somebody touched me. Must have been the hand of the Lord. Somebody touched us today. Greater is He that's in us than he that's in the world. Through Him, all things are possible. Release your faith in Him and know that you can find peace and satisfaction. May God bless you.